spreading rapidly.
Carriers
located in the UK or other countries to where the virus has now
Coronavirus
spread.
is continuing to spread right across the world. More than
Cafes,
89,000
pubs, bars and nightclubs to close and not to open.
We are living in a time of uncertainty. So make sure whatever you do, you look after yourself, you look after everyone around you, and help everything around you blossom and grow. When I'm on a mic.
You have to play it on the rewind, see? You have to play it on the rewind, see?
Yo, before we mention any type of award or even say hello, we need to say something. Thank you. Thank you to every single fan, every single DJ, artist, singer, MC, label, promoter, and all the people behind the scenes in D&B. Everyone who's part of this community, supporting, contributing, ensuring it remains as thriving and as exciting as it ever has done, despite the mad circumstances we faced this year. 2020 has flipped everything as we know it. It's brought about the worst in people from time to time, but much more importantly, it's brought about much needed change and progress. And it's brought out the best in people. All the streamers, tutorials, fundraisers, podcasters, campaigners, protesters. The musical community and all arts has had to stand up, unite and support each other like never before. And we've seen loads of that in D&B this year. That is what we're celebrating. Everyone involved in the scene across the board. The people who give drum and bass a soul. You. Thank you. That feels better. I'm Dave Columbo Jenkins. This is the Drum&BassArena Awards 2020. And please welcome my sister in socially distanced arms, the one and only Jenna G.
Yes, Dave. You got a new middle name. Big man tings. 2020, what the hell is going on, man? I think we've already got a winner before we've given out any awards this evening. COVID-19 for the biggest waste man of the year. But the show must go on, and it's going to take a lot more than a pandemic to stop this music. Let's unite this evening and celebrate the people who've consistently put smiles on our faces during the toughest of times. It's the Drum&BassArena Awards 2020. Thank you to YouTube Music for the continued support. And now, let's get straight down to business with the very first Drum&BassArena Award of 2020, Best Event!
And the nominees for Best Event are Boomtown, The Lost Chapter, Goatshed and Onyx Recordings, Stay at Home Festival, Hospitality, Let It Roll Winter 2020, Rampage Cologne,
Great Scott! We're about to tear a hole in the space-time continuum. This is a mad award. Across the 10 nominations, we saw every type of event we've experienced this year. Classic pre-lockdown knees-ups, modern COVID-safe events post-lockdown, and massive online events during lockdown. Now down to the top 5, we see all of these represented, and it's impossible to forecast what the drum and bass voting public would go for. Will they go for nostalgia and that vibe that feels like it'll never come back? You pipe down, Australia and New Zealand. Or will they support the way that promoters have jumped through crazy hoops while trying to make sense of the government's restrictions just to bring us music? Salute to those guys. Or will they go for one of those mad weekends when we all got smashed in our living rooms, brocked out while cooking the Sunday roast, and raised loads of money for great causes? Before we find out, we need to show some appreciation for every promoter out there. We've seen communities grow through their actions, both in real life, like Costa del Tottenham and Engage Audio in London, or High Rise and Lakota in Bristol, and also online like Goat Shed and the Stay at Home Festival. Promoters, thank you. Now, Jenna, which way did the Raving Massive vote the most?
I'll tell you right now, Columbo. In third place, Let It Roll, Winter 2020. Second place, Boomtown, The Lost Chapter. And in first place, Best Event 2020, Hospitality. Congratulations, Hospitality. There we have it. The Dance Floor Massive voted with their old school shoes, and I don't blame them. We're so craving for real life raving right now. Now, I know we're really on track. Is it really the Drum and Bass Arena Awards if Hospital don't win something? Well, but who can call this next one? It's Best Newcomer.
And the nominees for Best Newcomer are Alchemist, Grey, Harriet Jackson, Protostar, Ways,
What a roll call. This year's behaved worse than an illicit dub trader, but still, the raw talent keeps coming. The future is safe in these hands, and I have to say, big up the women. Besides the best vocalist, this is the first time 3 female acts have been nominated in any category, with Harriet Jackson, Gyro Field, and my favourite Something Something, all getting recognition. That's wicked to see, and an encouraging step forward. Big up the gal them, big up the man them, big up the winner. Best Newcomer 2020 goes to, in third place, Protostar. In second place, Harriet Jackson. In first place, Best Newcomer 2020, Ways. Yes, Ways, the first non-UK winner since Maddox back in 2015. Dave will be chatting to Ways and Harriet in just 1 second, but first, Zoom Room, what are you saying?
Newcomer.
Ways! Ways! Yes, Ways! Oh!
I am here with Ways. How are you doing, Mr. Ways?
Hey man, doing good, doing very good.
Excellent. I've got some news for you.
You do?
Best Newcomer Drum and Bass Arena Awards 2020.
No
Ways.
way. Oh,
Hey, there you go. I'm going to anti-back this down and send it over to you as soon as I possibly can. But congratulations.
Lovely, man.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Damn, I did not expect that.
But it's been your year. You've had an amazing year, haven't you? I mean, 2020 has been rubbish, but for you as an artist, it's definitely been one that you'll never forget.
Yeah, can't complain. Can't complain. Really blessed to be releasing with a lot of very good labels and also collaborating with a lot of artists that I've looked up to since I started this whole thing. So definitely been a good year.
Cool. I mean, how have you found lockdown really? Kind of things were all lining up for you. And I've spoken to a lot of kind of older artists and they've all said that they feel sorry for the new generation that you've been part of because you haven't, everything was lined up for an amazing year. And then suddenly it all vanished really. You seem to have weathered that and adapted to it incredibly well. So many new producers have, but you have especially.
I have to say obviously it's not very nice not having any shows. So that's the thing I'm missing mostly. But other than that, really the whole lockdown and COVID and whatever has given me so much time to work on music, to just get in contact with people and also trying to venture into other things such as, a Patreon and giving lessons, one-to-one sessions with some people. I got a couple students now that I do that with. So all in all, like it has been pretty good for me. I cannot lie. Even though obviously there will be a point where I'm like, okay, I really want to just get out there and do shows and, really show myself, aside from showing myself on the internet, of course. But it's been all right.
I think that's great. I think the diversity, the way that people have had to diversify and find these other new creative outlets and Patreons and fans as well. Fans need bigging up here as well for getting behind Patreons and supporting their artists as well. That's a silver lining, I think, for 2020, really. That's changed how we relate to each other and interact with each other, hasn't it?
Absolutely. I think definitely that, this whole Patreon kind of thing, but more the online business for musicians is going to become a really big part in the future as well. Because, it used to be mostly shows, I guess, for some people, and then some other things on the side maybe. But I think that's definitely going to be shifting a little bit towards maybe more things online, until shows are coming back. And even then, I think it's going to be a very big part of the music industry in drum and bass.
I think so, yeah, I think so too. And it needs to be said as well, you're the first non-UK winner of this award since 2015 when Maddock won it in 2015 when it was still Best Newcomer DJ. And I think he won it as Best Newcomer Producer the year before or something like that. So, I mean, there has been feedback that the Drum&BassArena Awards sometimes only reflect the UK. But I think what you represent there is just this incredible sound that's coming from all over Europe and all over the world, man.
Yeah, that is really, it's honestly really, really sick. I was kind of expecting a UK artist to win. So, I mean, that already says it, I think.
Brilliant. So what can we expect from you in 2021? And what would you like to see in 2021?
Well, I have some obviously I have some releases planned already. I've got an EP coming on a label I've released before. I cannot say too much, of course, but no, it's most people will probably expect it. It's the next logical step. But got a lot of remixes as well. I'm working on a lot of remixes, so that's kind of a thing that will be seeing a lot in 2021. I mean, and aside from that, I'm also going to be trying to work on an album, but I mean, maybe it's a little bit early. I'll see how it goes, and we're going to see how that ends up. But that's
amazing. Have you mentioned this before? Is this a bit of a Drum&BassArena Awards exclusive?
It's probably I haven't mentioned it publicly to anywhere yet. So yeah, it definitely is an exclusive in that sense.
Well, good luck with that. Good luck with everything. And I can't wait to hear it all in 2021. That was Way's Best Newcomer Drum&BassArena Awards 2020. Now stick around because we're also going to interview the second place as well, Harriet Jackson. So congratulations, Harriet. Second place, Best Newcomer. How do you feel?
I was not expecting it at all, actually. It is really nice. Wow. It's like the recognition is nice, yeah, for sure.
Now, I mean, this year's just been awful, but I think the people who've really shone this year have been people who've got busy and just found ways to keep themselves inspired, keep other people inspired as well. And I think you did that with your locked-in interviews and your rinse shows and things like that. I mean, you've kept yourself busy during all of this, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of didn't really do it on purpose. I think I'm just naturally that way inclined. Like I do, like drum and bass and music, as cliche as it sounds, it literally is my life. Like I wake up thinking about it. I go to bed thinking about it. I don't really have days on or days off. So I guess when the scene switches off, like I still stay on.
Yeah. It's going to take more than a lockdown to stop your love for drum and bass. And obviously we've had your debut production as well this year. So, I mean, how was that as well? I mean, that was, quite a strange time quite a daring time to drop your first release when the clubs, the ravers shut down and things like that. Yeah,
I mean, it was, like, I won't lie, it was set to come out right at the beginning of the pandemic. And I did initially push it back because we couldn't ignore what was going on. And I think me, the same as a lot of other people, probably assumed that it was going to be over a lot quicker. So I was like, it's fine, we'll wait a couple of months, and then like festival season, it'll be great. And then the more insight we got into how long this was going to like go on for, I just kind of thought it would be really sad if everyone stopped releasing music because of this.
Yeah.
So like, really, I can't really be like, I don't want to contribute to that,
Definitely.
And it worked out fine. So
it really did. You must have more stuff ready now. What can we expect from Harriet Jackson in 2021?
Wow. I mean, I have actually been working on a lot of new music since we've been locked down. Wow, I just kind of want to carry on with what I started, really. The thing that I am most looking forward to is, even though I wouldn't stop releasing music because the clubs and festivals aren't active, I have never really, like, I was playing my tracks long before I released anything in a live setting, but I've never really done it or been able to do it at a time when people know that it's mine.
Yeah,
Yeah, so there's definitely going to be a lot more releases from me next year, and hopefully I'll actually be able to experience playing them.
Go on, fingers crossed, and I hope to see you in a dance very, very soon. Best of luck with everything. Congratulations again, Harriet. I'll speak to you soon.
Thanks, Dave, and big up Waze and Harriet. It's time now for award number 3. Another newbie for the year that's been so lame, it doesn't even have a second drop, yo. It's Best Artwork. Now, drum and bass has always been fueled by iconic artwork. Think Metalheads, Virus, and much more recently, Meth Lab or Eat Brain. Yes, even in a digital world, the old vinyl tradition of eye-popping artwork that takes us away to other worlds is still going strong to this day. Perhaps it's even stronger in 2020 than it has been in many years due to the massive online migration. Presentation is everything if you want to stand out in the oceans of great music. And these were the 5 that stood out to the D&B loving public the most this year.
And the nominees for Best Artwork are Birdie Simpson for Halogenics, Dragon Force EP. Burenko for Alex Perez, Without End. Marcus Bagger and Matt Maitland for Subfocus and Wilkinson, Portals.
The many, not the few, 4% a thing of law.
Vitaly Havrilyuk for Muzz, The Promised Land. Vitaly Havrilyuk, Chris Goss and Trickart for Metric, Ex Machina.
All designers, illustrators, photographers and artists behind these amazing pieces of work, big yourselves up. Seriously, man, unsung heroes giving colour, life and character to this music, incredible. But which incredible artwork caught the most votes? Well, let's find out. In 3rd place, Marcus Bagger and Matt Maitland for Subfocus and Wilkinson, Portals. In 2nd place, Vitaly Havrilyuk, Chris Goss and Trickart for Metric, Ex Machina. And in 1st place, Best Artwork 2020, Bertie Simpson for Halogenic's Dragon Force EP. Congratulations, Bertie Simpson, Halogenics, and the team at Critical Music.
Hi, I'm Halogenics.
And I'm Bertie. I'm the artist behind the Dragon Force EP. Thanks to everyone who voted for us.
Yeah, big thanks to everybody who voted for us. We're really happy to have won. And also a big shout out to Drum&BassArena, to Critical, to Kazra and Maja. And also a special shout out to everybody who bought a Dragon Force t-shirt, which obviously the artwork made up a big part of it. Together we raised £6,000 for charities supporting the Black Lives Matter movement. So big up to you. And once again, thanks to everybody who voted for us.
And FYI, Halogenic's Independent is up for nomination in the Best Track category later on. This could be pretty interesting for him. But we got a few trophies to serve up before that. Trophies like Best Podcast, yep. It's another fresh one, exclusive for 2020, the year we all ordered off Wish and can't get a refund for. Podcasts have kept many of us sane during these long lockdown hours. Many awesome people in the scene have started their own podcast this year, and it's given them a chance to tell more of their story. For others, it's business as usual and has been a tradition for years. Either way, there's something special about the podcast that seemed extra fitting this year. It's a vibe that taps back to the oldest of schools, like pirate radio or even the wireless, like back when your nan was young enough to slap you, fam. But which of these top 5 podcasts slapped the hardest?
And the nominees for Best Podcast are... Critical Sound, Rinse FM.
This is High Rise FM.
Hospital Podcast.
It is on the hotline. Shout out all your friends, serving the community.
Neuropunk Podcast. Noisia Radio. V Recordings Podcast.
Powerhouse Gang, Hospital, Critical, V Recordings and Noisia all in the mix, and Neuropunk, an absolute Russian institution. This one is too close to call. Let's get into it. In third place, Critical Sound on Rinse FM. In second place, Hospital Podcast. And in first place, Best Podcast 2020, Noisia Radio.
Hi. So we're gonna. Glad you could make it. So you're gonna say we're Noisia, and then I'm gonna introduce Frank, and Frank is gonna say hi, and then I'm gonna say thank you, and Nick's gonna say something.
And yeah, but we have to say that he is the producer of Noisia Radio. That and then we have to we do it already. You say that we do it for 5 years. We do it for 5 years already.
We do it. We do it for the 6th year, and we thank you.
It's the first time, so you want. It's the first time we get.
So we're Noisia.
Yeah.
And this is Frank, and we're doing it for 5 years.
Yeah.
And
he produced.
I started season 1, episode 18 or something, as producer.
Ah.
Whoa.
Fucking. And it's the first time we get recognition.
Yeah. So. Nee, dat moeten we niet zeggen. Volgens mij moeten we zeggen, hey, this is Noisia. Hey, this is Noisia. And this is Noisia Radio producer Frank. Hoi.
A.k.a. Posai.
A.k.a. Posai. Ja, wil je dat erin?
Ja, tuurlijk.
Oké, a.k.a. Posai. En dan zeg je, we just heard that we won Best Podcast Award. En dan zeg jij bedankt en dan zijn we al klaar, toch?
Ja.
Oké. Zo.
We hebben hem.
Ja. Van rechts. Nee, we hebben hem nu al.
Ondertitelen.
Their label Vision is in the top 10 nominated best labels, but as far as Noisia go, I think that could be their last ever Drum and Bass Arena Award. Oh. Remember those brighter days when you all voted for them as best live act, even though they didn't have a live show? No such thing as the Rona. No such thing as Brexit. Better times. Better times. Rave Cave Dave, are you still with us? Come in, Dave.
Reading you loud and clear, Jenna, and I've got a real doozy for you here. Best live stream set. Another brand new category for the year that's officially worse than your mum's snare. Who'd have thought this would even be a category? But streams have been life in 2020. We've seen more greenery and plant life than Howard Marks did in his whole lifetime. And of course the crazy locations. Netsky in a zoo, Subfocus and Wilkinson in a castle, Disaster in the Alps, Aries in a cave. We've had the emotional ones. Mampy Swift going all in for 3 hours playing the set of his life. The Prototype's incredible 24-hour NHS fundraising marathon, and Amos in a full hazmat suit, reminding us of the fragility of life and futility of existence. But most importantly, we've had the soldiers. I have to say a huge shout to Doc Scott for raising money for different causes each week with his D&B Vid-19 sessions, and to weekly streamers like Marky, Ben Soundscape and Colette Warren, and Skibbity with his daily breakfast shows. These heroes have been streaming diligently, and I think it's criminal that they didn't even make the top 10. But there's so much choice of streams that this was always going to be a mad one to call. Let's look at the top 10 most voted streams. AMC takes up 3 places there. We've got Muzz, who reached nomination stage in no less than 6 awards tonight. We've got Camo and Crooked outside historic Regal buildings and a massive Ferris wheel. We've got Andy's legendary 174 show, Pendulum in a Fort, John B's Foghorn Friday, and that legendary TI and Upgrade set at Stay at Home Festival when Upgrade posed some serious philosophical questions about mic ownership. All of these and so many more streams deserve applause this year. All of them doing it for us to enjoy for free. So let's see what the top 5 nominations are and then straight over to Jenna to find out the winner.
And the nominees for Best Live Stream Set are... AMC 6-deck DJ set. Andy C 174 stream.
Run for your fucking life.
Muzz, The Promised Land live. Pendulum at Spitbank Fort. Upgrade and TI, Goat Shed and Onyx Recordings, Stay at Home Festival.
All winners in my book, but here's who the voters showed love for the most. In 3rd place, Upgrade and TI, Goat Shed, Onyx Recordings at Stay at Home Festival. In 2nd place, AMC 6-deck DJ set. And in 1st place, Best Live Stream Set 2020 goes to Pendulum at the Spitbank Fort. That's Pendulum's first ever Drum and Bass Arena Award. Wow, yes, fellas, congratulations. What a set. Big up, Pendulum. Congratulations again, Pendulum, and big up yourself, Dave. I believe you're about to tell us who the industry panel has voted to go into the Hall of Fame this year.
I most certainly am, Jenna. It's time for another absolute don and pioneer voted by their peers to join the legendary lineup in the Drum&BassArena Hall of Fame. We are about to introduce a man who's been there since before the beginning. He's worked his way up from box boy on the frontline sound system. Back in the very early days, he was known as DJ Underworld. He also MC'd under the names Boga and Sugar Ranks, and famously released one of the most seminal blueprint jungle tunes of all time under the name Leviticus, before becoming the biggest ambassador for jungle on a global level ever since. Alongside last year's Hall of Fame inductee Brian G, this man is responsible for co-founding some of the most important labels in jungle drum and bass history: V Recordings, Philly Blunt, Chronic and Liquid B. Through these labels, he's helped to break a generation of artists ever since. He's from Brixton, he's big, he's bad, he's heavy, he's Jumping Jack Frost. Huge respect to Mr. Frosty. And by the magic of technology and crafty editing, I should be joining him for an interview right now. I've got some really good news for you. Welcome to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, shit!
There you go.
Thank you.
Amazing,
Wow.
amazing. Well, I mean, the people who need to be thanked are all your peers. The Hall of Fame is an industry recognized award, so all of
Wow.
all of your fellow peers have voted you in this year. I mean, it's logical progression, really. With Brian going in last year, was really, I mean, it was.
Wow. I'm really over the moon by that, man. I want to thank everyone that voted for me, man. And thank you guys. That's made my day, that has. It really has. No matter what, it's just to get recognized by your peers is amazing. Thank you.
Definitely. I mean, this is a lifetime achievement award, and this has been your life. This has been your life since way before jungle and drum and bass. This has been, you know, it's been your life, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I'm so chuffed by that. I'm going to put that on my little mantelpiece over there. Great. Oh.
Go on, amazing. I mean, this year seems really poignant for this to happen. I mean, I've spoken to you about this prior to this. It's that, you know, you had to fight for this music to begin with, and now we are fighting for this music again.
We're fighting for the whole culture. Do you know what I mean? And we're fighting for us, and we're fighting for the ones coming up, because we want them to enjoy what we had. The years of progression, the years of mixing with people and making new friends from all over the world. There's some like cracking producers and DJs out there, and I want them to have the chance to travel around the world and meet beautiful people the same as I did. Do you know what I mean? So we're fighting for the scene, we're fighting for the music, and I sound like Winston Churchill.
We'll fight them on the beaches.
We'll fight them on the beaches.
Go on, brilliant. I mean, I'm all about the silver linings, really, and I think we've got to find silver linings, haven't we? I mean, what's the silver lining of 2020 been for you, man?
Oh man, I'm alive and I'm healthy. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and I'm fortunate enough. I'm like 3/4 of the way, just over halfway through my album, and I'm fortunate enough that I've got the opportunity to work with good people that have kept me going. Do you know what I'm saying? Right through the music, you know, working with great people that's just like inspired me to keep going, because it's tough. It's been tough, like here for everybody. Do you know what I mean? That's been the only silver lining, really. Everything else has been utter shit. You know what I mean?
It really has, man. It really has. I mean, it's a Frost record is long overdue. So when can people expect it? When can people expect that?
Well, we're looking at next year. We're looking at next year. It's not just a D&B album. I've got like R&B, because it's like my legacy. So it's like I'm trying to do like a double CD. So that one with like all the music that inspired me, that I'm producing anyway. Like I got like Terry Walker, Carol Thompson, Tipper Irie, Michelle John, Mutia from Sugar Babes is on the record.
Wow.
And man. I'm collaborating with Dr. Mika, Voltage, Pesce. Obviously, it's, you know what I mean? And obviously, like, you know, it's gonna have that V kind of vibe to it, the drum and bass side. but the other side is going to be like total music that inspired me. You know what I mean?
Amazing. The original melting pot, where it all came from.
Yeah,
soul, reggae, hip hop, funk.
Yeah. I'm also just about to start my next book as well. You know what I mean? That's going to be, hopefully I'm going to put the book and the album out on the same day. It's going to be called, the book and the album above called Legacy. So it's basically a continuation of where the last one was. And it's obviously going to go out into lockdown and just like the world as it's going up to the world as it is now. Do you know what I mean? And it's, you know what I mean, like journey with me and Brian from the last one to now. And, you know, everything else that's come with it has been highs, there's been lows, just like everything in life. But I'm grateful to be here. And I'm grateful for that award as well.
Amazing, amazing. And I'm grateful to be speaking to you. So that's Legacy coming out next year, and it seems like perfect timing, really, to get this Hall of Fame achievement as well, then, really. That's the stars aligning right there, isn't it?
Mate.
Well, thank you so much, and congratulations again, Mr. Frost. Right, we're going to go now for a very special message. While we're celebrating the pioneers, we need to take a moment to pay respect to a man who was taken from us far too early. Way back on January the 5th, long before this year went upside down on us all, we lost Ed Optiv Holmes. As a founding member of Cause for Concern alongside Mark Caesar Clements, Optiv was a formidable force at the forefront of the Neurofunk movement and was one of the key artists responsible for switching on a whole new generation of acts, including people as influential as Noisia, Face and Misanthrop. With his labels, C4C and Red Light, he continued bringing acts through and encouraging the best out of people right until the very last minute. Also a long-time collaborator with Brazilian Don BTK, Ed could absolutely tear the place apart and was truly one of the most warm-hearted and thoughtful individuals in the game. Ed Holmes, Optiv, rest in peace.
Thank you, Dave, and huge love to Optiv's family. Rest in peace. Now, on to the next award. Which imprint has the D&B loving public voted the most to win Best Label in 2020? Now, this year might have been the equivalent of a boomer banging on about how vinyl sets are better, but musically, the standard has been phenomenal. The best music comes out of the hardest of times, and we're living that right now. And so much of that is down to labels navigating us through the endless mazes of talent out there. And the way that they've had to adapt to such mad circumstances this year has been truly inspiring. So let's see which 5 labels inspired fans the most.
And the nominees for Best Label are 1985 Music, Born on Road, Hospital Records, Monster Cat, Ram Records,
Jeez, got anything to say, Dave?
Yes, Jenna. Yes, I have. What the hell? This is mad. 1985, what's going on? They only won Best Newcomer label 3 years ago and have already developed such a signature and a community around them that they're in the top 5. Born on Road, again, a relatively new label, only 6 years old, are right at the forefront of new talent. They've been killing it in recent times and it's great to see them in this position. Monster Cat, a huge organisation based in Vancouver. They represent a whole other side of EDM influenced drum and bass, and they've created some major heavyweights like Muzz, Coven and Protostar in recent years, their appearance in this category was only a matter of time. Throw old sparring partners Ram and Hospital into that mix, ask yourself where the hell Critical Music are, and you've got a mad story here. Who's won?
In third place, it's Monster Cat. In second place, 1985 Music. And in first place, Best Label 2020, Hospital Records.
Hi, this is Chris from the Hospital Records team. I would just like to say thank you so much for this award. Thank you to all of our fans everywhere. Thank you to our brilliant staff team. Thank you to Drum&BassArena and AI. But most importantly, thank you to every single one of our superb, incredible artists. We hope to see you again soon, sometime in 2021. Take care.
Thank you, Hospital. Their 7th consecutive year of winning Best Label and their 9th in 12 years of the Drum&BassArena Awards. They clearly can do no wrong. But coming up is an award that a label can only win once. It's been one of the most intensely discussed awards since we introduced it in 2016. It's one of the best snapshots of the future, and this year's one is an especially hard one to call. It's Best Newcomer Label. But first, just to build up the anticipation a little bit more, let's go to the Zoom room. Okay, Zoomers.
Oi, rollers are not a genre.
That was bad.
Thank you, Zoom crew. It's time for Best Newcomer Label. Now, all 10 of the young labels nominated have killed it this year, but who did the D&B loving public vote for the most to reach the top 5?
And the nominees for Best Newcomer Label are Divided, Korsakov Music, Neuropunk Records,
How could I keep hush? Break the ice, loud and proud. Round and round.
Onyx Recordings,
Smiling lardy dog, although this life fills me without paint a picture.
Sofa Sound,
Whoa, this is not how I expected it to look at all. Firstly, every label in the top 10 are high-grade futurists and deserve salutes. TJ and Pick a Mix have set the bar, especially recently with the Black Excellence album. Rennie LeVice's Device label has been a sea of bangers. Welsh Fam Incursion are right on the forefront of the future, as is Azabee's Invicta Audio. But the biggest shocker for me here is Overview. I honestly thought they'd be a shoo-in for the top 5. They've got some incredible artists like Clinical, Skylark, Rizzle, Waze, Wings, Gyrofield. But this is how these things go. And now let's look at the top 5. 60% international. From the Netherlands, we have Imanu and Abbas's elegant, experimental and risk-taking Divided, home of mind-blowingly sick talents like Bunshin and Tom Finster. Then also from Rotterdam, are Korsakov Music, home of big dance floor bruisers, just like the events they held pre-Rona. Then we have Neuropunk from Mother Russia. This is the second time we've seen them in the top 5 tonight. Established by Bez from Ghidra, Neuropunk is a huge vehicle for Russian drum and bass. It existed as a podcast since 2008 and has triggered such a phenomenon in Russian-speaking territories. It's created its own ecosystem and its own headliners like Receptor, Dissident and Sunchase. Then we have the UK labels. Newcomers Onyx were pretty much box fresh until this year, but thanks to their tireless involvement in founding the Stay at Home Festival, they've been on all of our radars. And then we have DLR's Sofa Sound, who've been nominated in this category for the last 3 years. They've been a groove locomotive since they launched in 2017 and are home to a rainbow of sick new gen talents. And I don't use words like rainbow very lightly. This could be anyone's win, Jenna. Huge props to all concerned. Let's find out who's won.
In third place, Neuropunk Records. In second place, Onyx Recordings. And in first place, Best Newcomer Label 2020 is Sofa Sound.
Yo, easy, yes, 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 yo, 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 yo. My name's JD, my name's JDL. Yo, my name's JDLR and I run Sofa Sound Bristol. The world has spoken, you came out in force, it's a record-breaking result. You voted in your numbers, the Socialist People Republic of Drum and Bass has spoken. Sofa Sound Bristol has won the Best Newcomer Label at the Drum&BassArena Awards. So, big up! Thanks to everybody for voting. That's thanks to you lot for being the fans of the music, for being the punters, for being the DJs, for being the artists, for being the people that support and prop up this scene. Now, of course, this shit wouldn't be possible without all of the barmen, all the bar ladies, all the venues out there, all the different sound systems, all the people who make it possible for us to play our music. Of course, shouts to my family, shouts to my lady. Thanks to Adam Menzies for creating the incredible artwork that we know and love. Thanks to Ifran Khan for running the label over the past couple of years. Big man thing. Sofa Sound Bristol was always about creating a positive platform for people to do the thing that they love. I was given a lot of opportunity to follow a dream and to do something special that I believe in. And my promise to you is that we're going to make sure that we create opportunities for all different types of people to be involved with the music that we love. Because that's what I got and that's what everybody deserves. Drum and bass was about equality, against racism and against hate. We need to continue that narrative into the future and create a positive environment for everybody of all different colours, all different types to be involved with the music that we all love. Big ups to everybody out there, big ups to the worldwide drum and bass family, Sofa Sound Bristol, JDLR, keep it locked and rolling, and we'll see you in a few months. Big up!
So far, so good. Much love to Mr. DLR. So what's next? I'll tell you, it's Best Remix, and it's another big old banger fest with some huge remixes nominated this year. Let's take this version dispersion down from 10 to the 5 most popular votes.
And the nominees for Best Remix are C418 Aria Math Protostar Remix, Dillinger Hard Noise Break Remix, Kings of the Rollers You Got Me Spy Remix, Machine Drum and Holly Berry Patch Imanu Remix, Shy Effects featuring MC Spider, D&BTV and Frisco, Balaclava, Skeptical Remix.
Jeez! Some big names in there with Break, Spy and Skeptical in the mix, but also some amazing new gen talent like Imanu and Protostar representing too. So let's find out who you love the most. In third place, Shy Effects featuring MC Spider, D&BTV and Frisco, Balaclava, Skeptical on the remix. In second place, Dillinger, Hard Noise, the Break remix. And in first place, Best Remix 2020 goes to Kings of the Rollers, You Got Me, the Spy remix. Congratulations, Spy, Kings of the Rollers, and all at Hospital Records. Oh, big love, Carlos. Now onto a really big one of the biggest, Best Track. The sheer amount of music we've been assaulted by this year has been overwhelming. And the worst thing is, we've got barely any places to play them. Yeah, pipe down, Australia and New Zealand, we hear you. But more importantly, there's been a great diversity in the sound. Man like Dave is going to break it down.
Yes, Jenna. If 2020 was an actual tune, it would be a flat, muddy, copycat foghorn. But luckily, the gifted producers of the world have had other ideas. Like you said earlier, from dark times comes the best music, and I think the top 10 reflects that. Musically, we're right across the board, from the rampant, rock-fueled return of the mighty Pendulum to the belly-shaking bass of Boo and Trigger. We got bangers from Serum and newcomer Jolie, who teamed up with Mad Rush MC. We got a prominent presence of beautifully dark-tinged Barb Soul, Alex Perez, Halogenics, Monroe, Camo and Crooked and Matthews, and BC and Charlotte Heinings have all brought silky feels and vocal drama to the mix. In fact, it's pretty much 50-50 dance floor and soulful, which is a really healthy balance to see. And let's not forget, 2 of these tracks were Beatport overall #1s. Boo and Trigger's Veteran VIP and Serum's Chop House, alongside Fibe's remix of Beat Assassins, with 3 massive Beatport #1s this year. And there's been a whole host of giant top 3 smashers as well, like E-Nice Thinking, Break's remix of Dillinger, and Dope Ammo and DJ Hybrid's remix of Let Me Be Your Fantasy. All of these tracks outsold every other genre on Beatport. That's a damn fine look for D&B, full stop. Just like the top 10 in this category. Whatever happens in the next 2 minutes, we're definitely not going to have you all moaning that a bootleg won best tune this time around. Now, let's check out the top 5, then straight over to Jenna for the winners.
And the nominees for Best Track are... Alex Perez, Lost and Proud with Liam Bailey. Boo and Trigger, Veteran VIP. Camo and Crooked and Matthews, No Tomorrow featuring Sophie Lindinger. Halogenics, Independent. Pendulum, Driver.
Nice one. So let's find out who's won. In third place, Halogenics, Independent. In second place, Camo and Crooked and Matthews featuring Sophie Lindinger, No Tomorrow. And in first place, Best Track 2020, Pendulum, Driver. Pendulum are back, and what a mad year for them to return. Let's go over to another planet where they joined Dave for an interview.
We've got Gareth from Pendulum. How are you, sir?
Very well, thank you. Very well. Good to see you.
Brilliant. Likewise, and good to give you some really good news as well. I have 2 trophies for you right here.
Incredible.
Best track for Driver and best live stream set as well for the set on the Fort as well. I will totally anti-back these and send them over to you as soon as this interview is over. But congratulations.
Thank you so much. It means a lot. Having been away from a scene we love so much for a fair few years now, it means so much. Like, you can't imagine to come back and have so much love expressed from everybody. It's been amazing, truly.
Yeah, it's 10 years. 10 years is a long time. Even, for the most loyal fans, you can't bank on people, remembering 10 years, can you?
I know there's
so quickly.
I've definitely seen a couple of people saying that I didn't think I was going to live long enough to see Pendulum come back. Luckily they have.
Cool, man, cool. I mean, it's been an apocalyptic year, really, and I think it's fitting that Pendulum have come back in this year. I think that's probably a coincidence. I think the tracks were written before all of the strange weirdness of 2020 kicked in, but did it have an influence on how you rolled out the new tunes and your return?
Well, it was already on the cards. We'd planned it. The timeline of it obviously was going to alter on getting things finished when it was safe to get together in the studio and things like that. But I think it was just serendipitous that it sort of all fell around about the same time. I mean, obviously it would have been amazing if we could have been out there touring, because I think typically for us, just before, on the cusp of new music, we would always get out there and DJ or play, or even sometimes play live, just to test the songs out in the audience. So this was kind of us going in blind, which made it, on top of the fact that we're coming back after 10 years, it made it a bit more nerve-wracking. But the response has been incredible, and But
cool.
we couldn't have, I think, in our wildest dreams, have estimated how well it did. It's very life affirming to have to come back and have that effect.
Brilliant, definitely, and have that effect on the live stream as well. I mean, that's 2020's weirdness again, really. That whole award that, we've never done best live stream set before in the awards or anything. And I was wondering, I mean, it looked like you guys had fun on that Fort. It was an interesting stream. It wasn't, you didn't just have plants behind you. You went out into the sea to do this. I was wondering, did you enjoy that part of this year, not being on tour? You've been on the road for 20 years, really, haven't you?
The first few months, yeah. And then, I mean, having to sort of sit on social networking and see various other countries and cities that didn't have the same kind of problems we have, be able to have 10,000 person festivals definitely gave us FOMO, that's for sure. Where we're from in Perth, for example, I think has had no cases, and they've been having loads of festivals, and it's been difficult to watch. But at the same time, I think it's, for the first couple of months of it, it was great to just come off the road and reconnect with life a bit and sort of work at your own pace. So there's pros and cons to the whole thing.
So obviously Driver won Best Track, but it came with nothing for free. Between those two tracks, that was like the parameters of Pendulum right there, really. And I would imagine, I mean, if you've got those two tracks out, there's probably lots more. Maybe there might be more next year. Maybe we might be speaking again for the awards in 2021. What's coming up?
That would be amazing. There's more coming. In a similar format, 2 tracks at a time. We sort of devised a plan where in the way things are structured these days, it would be great to have a body of work on an album, a long player with 15 tracks. But the way things work these days, those tracks can, you could have an absolute gem as track 10, and it can get buried by the algorithms. So we figured that why not present tracks 2 at a time, maybe in a larger body of work, we don't know yet, that would at least gives each 2 tracks a chance to shine, and for people out there to discover it a lot easier than just throwing all that time and energy into a big long player and then dropping it on people's heads. And we want to give these tracks the best chance. So that in very early next year there'll be 2 more, and then following on.
Brilliant. So very early next year, brand new Pendulum tracks coming. These awards aren't going to get buried by any algorithms. Congratulations, guys. Amazing work. Great to have Pendulum back. And maybe we'll speak again next year. Thank you very much.
What a massive night for Pendulum. But who's going to take home the next award? It's Best Album. And it's been a pretty decent year for LPs, hasn't it, Dave?
Decent, Jenna. It's been beautiful. 2020 might have been like an MC who only chats over the vocals. 2020 might have been like a dodgy 96k radio rip. 2020 might have been like a rubbish soulless bootleg that no one needs to hear and no one needs to make. But man, the albums have been sick. Now, let's look at this top 10. We've got everything here. We've got Soul from BC and Charlotte Haining and Alex Perez. We've got big dance floor heaters from Coven, Muzz and Metric. We've got Neuro from Ghidra. We've got two of the biggest MCs in the game on absolute fire with DRS and Dynamite. And a crucial remix album of the legendary Shy FX featuring some incredible talents. Plus two quite experimental bodies of work from Voltage and Sub Focus and Wilkinson. This is a great selection of albums, full stop. And I think it reflects everything that we've had this year musically, but there's loads more. After voting closed, we had stunners from the likes of Crust, Trex, High Contrast and Need for Mirrors. And albums I'm quite shocked that we didn't see in the list include ones by Netsky, Ray Keith, The Prototypes, Mako, Galaxy, Mystic State, Turno, Molly Collins, J Magic, Red Eyes, Mackie G, Submorphics, Dom and Roland, Frisk. The list is endless. And what's more, I'd say around 80% of those albums I've listed had some really diverse and interesting off-piste adventures that are just as far away from the dance floor as we've been this year. And the best thing here is that a lot of those albums were written pre-lockdown. So the albums we'll be hearing next year will include even more creativity, well beyond the usual DJ-led parameters we're used to. That is a serious silver lining right there, whatever happens next. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's find out the top 5 drum and bass albums you voted for this year. Then over to Jenna for the results.
And the nominees for Best Album are Alex Perez, Without End. Coven, Butterfly Effect.
Then man made the machine.
Metric, Ex Machina.
Any sound try test we a go beat it. Name and them
Shy FX, Ragamuffin Reloaded. Sub Focus and Wilkinson, Portals.
Album Central, but there can be only one winner. In third place, Metric, Ex Machina. In second place, Alex Perez, Without End. And in first place, Best Album 2020, Shy FX Ragamuffin Reloaded. That means we crush them completely. But boy, Shy FX. Following on from last year's Best Remix and Best Video, Shy wins again with his Ragamuffin Reloaded album, featuring the likes of Potential Bad Boy, Boo, Breakage, Skeptical, The Source and Kings of the Rollers. Big love to Shy and big love to all the remixes.
Yo, this is The Source.
This is The Source. This is The Source.
We want to say big ups to Shy FX and Stamina MC
for the opportunity to remix Roll the Dice.
Not to mention it was an absolute pleasure to drip our special sauce all over Lily Allen.
We love a good culinary challenge.
And it's crucial to be able to start with great ingredients.
We also want to say a huge thanks to all of the fans.
Much love to all of you, and we can't wait
to bring the flavours to a town near you as soon as possible.
Wanna show you, wanna show you, wanna show you, wanna show you, wanna show you.
like a smoker.
Yo guys, it's Boo. Just want to give out a huge shout out to Shy FX on winning Best Album at this year's D&B Awards. Massive congrats to you, bro. It was an absolute pleasure being part of the project, and once again, big up and congratulations.
So much love for Shy FX and all involved in the Ragamuffin Reloaded album, a remix album winning Best Album. That's the Drum and Bass Arena Awards first. Now, let's keep up with the legends for just one more moment and reveal the next award. It's the Critics' Choice, an award for artists who go the extra mile and give everything to the scene, as voted for by a panel of industry writers, bloggers and journalists who keep an eye across the entire D&B spectrum. Over the years, we've seen the likes of Calibre, Amit, D-Bridge and Break all win this award. But who's next? Dave, do the business.
It's my pleasure, Jenna. This man is a true soldier. Not just this year, but all years since he graduated from the most important schools in this culture, Reinforced and Metalheads. He's one of the founding pioneers. His first releases saluted the NHS decades before we clapped on our doorsteps. He's not an official doctor, but he is a flipping surgeon selector, and this year he's been one of the most resolute, stoic and passionate DJs online every single Saturday night. I could bang on about this man for 31 minutes and 31 minutes more. It's Doc Scott. Unfortunately, 2020 being the crappy year that it is, he was unable to join me for an interview. But I think I speak on all of our behalfs that this man is a stone cold G and deserves this award, more than deserves this award. You go back through every release he made in the 90s, you listen to any set he's ever done, from his dangerous Blue Note sessions to his cherished techno sets. You check any of his D&B Vid-19 sets this year during lockdown, and you know that this man has never, ever, ever compromised. He represents the true spirit of drum and bass, past, present, and future. And I'm really proud to see him gain the Critics' Choice Award this year. Huge congratulations to the man they call Scotty. Big up!
Yes, Scotty. Zoom room. What we saying for a man like Doc Scott? Hey, Doc Scott! Well deserved. We're now gearing up for the biggest titles of the night. And this one, as I always say, is close to my heart. It's Best Vocalist. They say sing when you're winning, but when it feels like we're all losing this year, I'd say singing is even more important. We're all yearning for that soul and human connection to a track. Is it any coincidence 9 out of the 10 tunes in the Best Track category had vocals? I don't think so. So let's find out which singers made the strongest connection with the D&B fans this year.
And the nominees for Best Vocalist are A Little Sound, Charlie Bricks, Charlotte Haining, Degs,
When young hearts are broken, unsure where to turn to. Just go.
Coven,
Yes, what a collection! Amazing new talent, A Little Sound, the soulful tones of Man Like Degs, and 3 of the biggest vocalists in the game, Charlotte Haining, Katie Coven and Charlie Bricks. Whew, I need to open some envelopes. In 3rd place, Charlie Bricks. In 2nd place, Charlotte Haining. And in 1st place, Best Vocalist 2020 is Katie Coven. Huge love to Katie Coven. Now let's go over to Dave in the Cave of Rave.
I've got some news for you, Katie.
What?
Congratulations.
No!
Best Vocalist Drum&BassArena Awards 2020. Congratulations.
Stop! Oh, I wish I could actually grab it. Oh, that's amazing.
Amazing.
Oh, that's so lovely. That's so... that's so lovely.
That's lush to give you the news, right? And I can tell you something else as well. You got the most votes that anybody got at all in this award, in any of the categories. The most votes that we saw for anybody in anything was you for Best Vocalist. Oh, that's amazing.
That's really lovely.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
I think it's a very emotional year. So it's just a really lovely way to end it. I can't believe I'm crying. This is so embarrassing. I wasn't expecting that.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful. That's why I love doing this, to be able to give news like that. Brilliant.
Thank you so much to all those people that voted. That's really sweet. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Awesome. I mean, it has. I mean, like you say, it's an emotional year. It's been a rubbish year, really, hasn't it? But you've made the best of it.
Yeah, somehow it hasn't been as bad as we thought it was going to be. Obviously, sorry, I'm just a bit overwhelmed now. So we released our album basically on the day that the lockdown was announced. And we had no idea how it was going to go, and it surprisingly hasn't gone badly. I don't know how it still managed to be a really great year for us. I guess it's just people supporting us. It all comes down to people. It all comes down to the people who have voted and the people who are listening to our music and buying our CDs, and they're the reason that we have a career at the moment. So sorry, my dog's growling at me because he's confused as to why I'm crying.
Cool. Can you bring up the dog? Can we see the dog?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, go on.
Come on. Do you want to come up? Hang on one second.
This might be the very first dog that we've ever had in the Drum&BassArena Awards here.
Here he is.
Amazing. A dog on the Drum&BassArena Awards 2020.
Yes.
That's how strange things are. Beautiful.
This little guy, he's been a big help for 2020. He has,
Absolutely amazing. I mean, we have to big up, obviously you've won Best Vocalist, but a lot of, a part of your journey, Max is part of your journey. So let's big up Max as well, really.
Oh, Max is incredible. Max is so great to work with, and everything that's happening for us right now, like we're so appreciative of each other. I think we have such a good working relationship, and it's great because he is obviously a little bit more in the background, but I would never ever undersell how much he does. Like, he is the guy behind it all, and I love that he gets just as much credit, and he's phenomenal. He's absolutely phenomenal. He's not as much in front of the camera as me. I'm a lot more like, oh, look at me. And he's a lot more, does all the hard work basically, and I get all the credit. But it works really well. And yeah, he's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, Max is phenomenal.
Awesome. Big up Max and big up yourself. What would you like to see more of then in 2021? How can we improve on this toilet of a year?
Oh, just bring back the shows. Just give us back our music and our freedom to dance, and I don't just miss it from a performance point of view. I miss it from being in the crowd and all the people you meet through this genre, through the scene. Like, there's so many people that I haven't seen now for like a year because we aren't going to events anymore, and that's what I want. I just want everyone to be able to get back to dancing and just being together, and just what's been taken away, just want it back, same as everybody else. Yeah,
definitely. I think you speak on behalf of all of us, so congratulations again, Katie.
Thank you.
And great to speak to you, and hopefully see you in a dancer sometime in 2021.
Definitely.
Take care.
Thank you so much, Dave. You take care. All the best.
Did you hear that? Katie got the highest level of votes, full stop. Mad skills, mad shouts, mad love, and mad feels for the final 3 awards. Now, we made a few changes this year, a few awards lost, a few more gained, but some things never change. The last 3 awards, Best MC, Best Producer, and Best DJ. It starts right here with the mic men. And I have to say, I feel for MCs so much this year. We've all been hit so hard, but MCs really have taken the rawest of slaps. It's not quite so easy to jump on a stream when you're socially distancing or in quarantine. So big up all the MCs this year and big up these top 5 nominees especially.
And the nominees for Best MC are Degs.
With music, get this formula is right for any soul who's got a war on in their home or in their mind. The release is just
nice verse, DRS. You should put your price up.
Dynamite MC.
Festivals that we nice up. Wow, all those numbers are big, all those numbers are huge.
There's no use for eyes. Power cuts.
Inja.
Black it out. Be scared to breathe. That's how we catch you out. Run to your
air reaction, chemicals will let it blow. Silencer, subtle drop them down like a semitone.
MC Copper.
It's not a Bon Jovi one.
SPMC.
Come on.
Boom! Degs, Dynamite, Inja, SPMC, Copper, serious hosts with the most. But who won the most votes? Let me bust open some paper. In 3rd place, SPMC. In 2nd place, Dynamite MC. In 1st place, Best MC 2020, Inja.
There's no use for eyes. Power cuts. Black it out. Be scared to breathe, that's how we catch you out. Run to your sanctuary, shut it down.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much. I don't know what to say. I've got to be honest. What I do want to say is we just want to dance. I want to meet all of you beautiful human beings on a dance floor, and I want to dance, man. I want to hear music loudly. Like, this year has been mad. Yeah, so I feel like I haven't done anything this year, to be fair. Like, we got up to like the 14th of March and then everything stopped. So to have you lot vote me, like, for this, like, I'm so thankful. I have so much gratitude. Thank you all so much. Your support is like, yeah, it's monumental to me. And like, I couldn't do any of this without all of you lot. So what I would like to say is anyone that's, that has any dreams of becoming something, regardless of what everybody tells you, regardless of even if you start it and people all tell you you're rubbish, barefaced to your face, if you really enjoy it and you actually love it with a passion, please carry on doing it. Yeah. The only reason why I am here and I have all of you beautiful human beings showing me so much support is because this is something I've always loved and something that I've always wanted to do. And I fully appreciate every one of you lot. It's emotional, man. It's an emotional year. Connect with everyone you possibly can. If you can interact on a human level, please interact and be human. Smile and shine, grow to glow, smile at people. Importance never justifies anything. One love and peace, you beautiful human beings. We just want to dance. One day, again, we will. Thank you.
We just want to dance. Beautiful words from Inja there. Best MC 3 times in a row. You know I love your work, Inja, and you, brother. I'm also loving the work of everyone in this penultimate category. Best Producer. Dave, Best Producers in 2020. What can you say?
I can say a lot, Jenna, but we're running out of time. But there are some really interesting things happening in this category. The top 10 includes 2 of the most nominated artists throughout the whole of tonight's awards, Muzz and Alex Perez. There's also Halogenics, who's already won Best Artwork, and Metric, who came 3rd in the Best Album category just minutes ago. It also features last year's Best Newcomer K9 and 2nd place newcomer Boo. They've zoomed from newcomer to Best Producer status in the space of a year. This should come as no surprise though. Amanu has been nominated as Best Producer in this category every year since he won the Best Newcomer award as Signal in 2016. We've also got 3 of the most prolific and respected craftsmen in the game, Break, Serum, Caliber. I want to start listing loads of other producers I think we should have seen on this list. I really deserve shouts this year. Annex, Need for Mirrors, DLR, Voltage, Turno, Skylark, Grey Code, Amos, Billen. So many skills out there, but nowhere near enough time for me to big everybody up. So let's roll up the top 5 nominations and see who's won.
And the nominees for Best Producer are Alex Perez, Break, Caliber, Metric, Muzz,
Oh gosh, this is too close to call. I better open up an envelope. In third place, Muzz. Second place, Alex Perez. In first place, Best Producer 2020, Metric. Metric, Best Producer for the first time in the Drum and Bass Arena Awards history, and it's the 5th award for Hospital and their artists tonight. Congratulations, Metric. Let's go to Dave in the Cave of Rave.
I've got some news for you, sir.
Okay.
Congratulations, Best Producer Drum and Bass Arena Awards 2020, Metric.
No way. Oh my God. Wow.
Brilliant.
Wow.
How
Yeah,
do you feel?
that's amazing. That is, I truly was not expecting that. Yeah, I'm a bit lost for words, to be honest. Yeah.
Quite a night, really, for you. You've been nominated a lot. And yeah, congratulations on everything, man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, that's it really means the world to win that. And I know how much of an accolade it is. And yeah, just a huge thank you to everyone who's voted and for the support from you guys, from my record label, from my agents, everybody who's basically been behind me like for all of these years. I mean, it's about 10 years now I've been releasing records, so I mean it means so much to me.
Brilliant. Let's talk about Ex Machina as well. Now, either during the process of this album you fell in love with a robot girl, or it's Latin for God in the Machine. So tell me everything about the concept, because you went in deep. This was a real personal album for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I suppose it was quite personal for me on many levels. Mainly that it was the first time I'd used my own vocals on my music, and I kind of wish I'd done that a bit earlier on, but that was a big aspect to it. But I suppose with the concept Ex Machina, I obviously am a big sci-fi fan and kind of wanted to create something that was otherworldly, that people could escape to, that wasn't just about the music. It was also about the visuals and the sort of kind of like quite a filmic or cinematic concept behind all of the music and the art. So I had a lot of fun with sort of exploring that and bringing in lots of my influences from movies and video games and of course music. And I've got to make a massive shout out to Vitaly, who he's the mastermind behind all of the visuals and the music videos like Gravity and Dying Light, and create this like amazing sort of world based around this like four-tiered monolith, which represents the kind of God within the machine. And actually right. A lot of those concepts are sort of like usually quite dystopian and quite negative in sci-fi and in films. But I wanted the message of this to be a bit more uplifting, that this monolith represented growth and sort of life and all of that stuff. And I thought that was quite an important message to get across in a year where things have been quite negative for a lot of people.
Amazing. Another thing that we really appreciated are your live streams. You know, you've been one of the DJs who's been regularly live streaming, and I think we've seen a different side of you as well. It's given you an opportunity to kind of engage and interact with your fans on a way that you hadn't previously, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I suppose I've been quite a closed book in terms of, you know, how I've presented myself on like social media. I know social media is kind of everything these days, but I've always tried to be about the music first and foremost. And I think, you know, with the sort of times that we're in now, you know, you've got to try and find new ways of connecting with your audience. And, you know, before I go out every weekend playing in clubs and, you know, meeting fans, and you know, that was kind of how things were. And this year I wanted to try and create something where I could still connect with, you know, people who follow my music, and the live stream was the best way of doing that. And yeah, it really, especially in the first lockdown, it was such a buzz to go up there every week, and you know, it's almost quite addictive. You know, that sort of massive influx of positivity, and yeah, it's really fun to have rebooted it.
You're all about finding the silver linings, aren't you?
Absolutely, yeah, all the way, mate. Yeah.
Metric, Drum&BassArena Awards, Best Producer 2020. We would love to join Alex Perez for an interview right now, but because of time zones, we were unable to do that. So we'll be joining Muzz, who's the Best Producer right now. How are you doing, man?
Hello, I'm very, very well indeed. Very good.
Excellent, excellent, man. Third Best Producer. I think that's absolutely incredible. Congratulations, and congratulations on all of the nominations that you've had this year.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, much appreciated. Yeah.
Cool, man. I mean, you've been nominated in the awards. You've been part of this awards for at least 5 years. I think I can remember you being nominated for stuff in 2015. This has been a long time coming. Every year you're mentioned. Obviously, previously it was Muzzy, now it's Muzz. But you've been part of the awards and nominated for so many years now, haven't you?
Yeah, it's kind of mad. Since I like properly came into the D&B circuit, yeah, my fan base and things have been a bit like, I've been fully aware about trying to integrate me into the drum and bass scene, because I've never really been on a drum and bass label like that deep or anything. So it is really nice to have that recognition in the drum and bass universe.
And obviously there's been your album this year as well. I think it marks 10 years of you releasing music as well, but take me to the promised land, man.
Yeah, next year 21 will mark 10 years since I've sort of been doing this properly, and since I've been releasing music and things.
I mean, it was quite a statement, really, wasn't it? I mean, it was the full Muzz. This is Muzz as people have never heard. This was you exploring lots of different genres, stuff that you've always shown on your releases, but on a much wider scale, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It was nice to also like go into a little bit of, you know, other genres and styles I wouldn't normally go to, and yeah, to really flesh out a concept that that probably wouldn't have worked on a smaller body of work. So yeah, I just really wanted, I think people generally felt a little bit like one way or another about me, as in like, are they either like tunes that I've made that are really heavy and grungy and things like that, or they like stuff that's really sort of long and progressive and slow and melodic and stuff. So I wanted to do a body of work that was kind of incorporating all of those elements into just sort of one consistent body of work.
Excellent, man. Now, usually after an album, artists either feel completely spent and they don't want to look at the studio for a couple of months before they feel re-inspired, or other artists are, boom, they're really inspired again straight away after the album. There doesn't seem to be any grey area in between, so which one are you?
I did not step foot in my studio for a long time. It was the problem is anyone, I'm sure people who've written albums can relate to this, but by the time I finished it, I was so over it, just because I've listened to everything over and over and over again, and it does drive you a little bit mad, especially when you're you know, when you're just finishing everything and you don't want to speak to anyone, you don't go outside, you don't shave or shower or do anything for a long time. So it's just like, okay, well, it's time to detox for a little bit. But I'm still back on it. Like I never sort of just cut myself out completely. You got to keep your muscles stretched and things. So yeah, but in terms of writing any body of work like that, yeah, I didn't want to do anything like that for a while, and I still don't, to be honest. I'm just enjoying life. So.
Oh, I think you should do, man. I think you should do. You're enjoying life. We're enjoying your album. Congratulations again on all 6 nominations and being 3rd Best Producer. I think it's amazing. Thank you so much, Muzz. We'll see you soon.
Thank you very much.
Nice one, Dave, and congrats to all concerned, especially Metric, with an award he's been nominated for almost every year for the last 6 years. He joins the likes of Pendulum, who've won their first Drum&BassArena Awards ever this evening. Twice. Go on, fellas. Shy FX, Katie Coven, Waze, Sofa Sound, Inja, and so many more. What a year it's been for drum and bass. Do one, Rona. We still thrive and survive even during these times. But sadly, we've come to the last one, the big one, and I don't think we can keep you in suspense any longer. 2020 has been a nasty little internet troll of a year, but we're all love over here. And it's time to show love one last time tonight for the best DJ. Last year was the first time we've ever seen anyone other than Andy C win in the history of the awards. So let's see who hit the top 5 this year.
And the nominees for Best DJ are AMC, Alex Perez, Andy C, Camo and Crooked, Muzz,
Alex Perez and Muzz in the top 5 again. What a night it's been for them. But let's see who you voted for as Best DJ at the Drum&BassArena Awards 2020. In 3rd place, Camo and Crooked. 2nd place, Andy C. And 1st place, Best DJ 2020, AMC. AMC for the 2nd year running. That's huge. Congratulations, mate. Let's join him with Dave in the Rave Cave for one last interview of the night. Whoosh.
Mr. AMC, I've got some news for you.
What's that, bruv?
Best DJ 2020. There you go. I will send it to you. I will wipe it down. I will anti-back it and send it to you the minute this interview is over. But congratulations, sir.
Wow. Sorry. Do you know what? My eyes twitching.
Your eyes twitching. There's a bit of dust in the air.
In bugger all sleep recently. It's terrible. But no, mate, that's amazing.
Amazing. What a strange year to win Best DJ, really. I mean,
yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a strange one, though, isn't it? Really, because the only things that people really have been able to do this year musically, or is to watch streams, isn't it? Really. So to I guess to win an award like that is just based off of streams, really.
Based off of streams, but I mean, you played the Renegade Festival. There's been social distance events that you've done fairly recently before the lockdown. There was 3 months before the lockdown as well. So, I mean, you did get to play, and we'll get to streams in a moment, but there have been 1 or 2 gigs, I guess, haven't there?
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, there's been 1 or 2. Renegade Festival was, it was great, but the mixture of emotions was... It's just like a roller coaster. I was exhausted afterwards because I was really excited, to be traveling again, but then you're kind of anxious because you're traveling, and everything that's going on. But then you're really excited to do the show again. and then you're kind of anxious to do the show because you're like, because of everything that's going on. It's like, you know, you're going up and down like a roller coaster. It's just, yeah, but I'm really pleased I got to do it in the end.
Amazing, amazing. And obviously then there were the stream sets as well. Now I can tell you, because you had 3 sets in the Best Stream Set Awards, and you came second place after Pendulum in the Best Stream Set. Your 6-deck set came second as well. And I just got to say big up on all of those streams, because none of them were just an ad hoc experience. You put a lot of thought and a lot of prep into those streams, didn't you?
Yeah, I guess I did. To be fair, if I'm like, I'm always honest. The first one that I did, the energy one, that was basically, I mean, 90% of those mixes was what I was already playing on the road. So it was just like when they said, yeah, you want to do a stream? I was like, yeah, I'm ready. You know, like the 6-deck thing. Well, I mean, I've been doing a lot of work with Pioneer this year on product development. When the V10 dropped, the new 6-channel deck, 6-channel mixer from Pioneer, when they sent it over to me, I was just like, it was, yeah, it was really exciting. But then it was really great that basically that opportunity, and I got given that opportunity by UKF for Hypervision, because I immediately knew what I wanted to do, you know, and it gave me an opportunity to really like learn the mixer, which I think is possibly, if not definitely, the best mixer I've ever touched in my entire life.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got parameters and it's got brand new bits and bobs on it. Like, yeah, the bells and whistles are really like exciting, you know. So yeah, no, I was pleased to be able to actually like do something where people can actually like, you know, see what this mixer is capable of. So
yeah, massively. And what sets inspired you in terms of stream sets? Were there any? I mean, did you watch that many? Were there any that really stood out to you?
Coven's been smashing it with her streams. I think there's one person though who really should get some sort of like mention is Marky. The guy's like a machine. He does it every week almost. And do you know, every set's different, every vibe's different, and each time he's having the time of his life. To be honest, as well as watching like the newer streams and stuff that's been going on this year, I've been like delving back through like old archive footage of like raves I used to go to as like a teenager and as a raver, you know, like the old accelerated cultures and things like this. Going back through that kind of gave me the inspiration to do the Digging Deep vinyl special.
Yeah, and that was another special one, really. I mean, I guess like times like this kind of call for a bit of nostalgia, remembering what things were like, but also looking to the future. And you dropped a bombshell fairly recently. We've got a new AMC album to look forward to in the early new year, haven't we?
I haven't actually told anyone the name of it yet.
Oh, cool. Can this be an exclusive?
I guess so.
Yeah, come on. What's the album going to be called?
Void.
Void.
Yeah. Void. Yeah. Void. I don't. You know, bless her. My mum come up with the name. So, yeah. So she just came up with this name, and I thought it sounded really good, and it also kind of fit. There's a tune that I've been playing that I do this mix with, a Kings of the Rollers tune, and it's like a really like I really enjoy doing this mix, and. Void just fitted that tune. The name Void fitted that tune, and then that was when I kind of like started building everything around that tune with the name. Yeah, and it all kind of came together. Really.
Brilliant. I mean, this whole year has been a void, really, but hopefully 2021 won't be. I mean, what do you hope to see in 2021? Obviously, besides the release of your new album.
Mate, I'm clucking to get back in a club. Like, I'm dying. It's killing me. Yeah. I'll be the first to admit that I'm not a producer, man. Like, I enjoy making music. I'm not as skillful as like some of the like people who make drum and bass, because there are some incredibly talented people out there. And this lockdown actually, and everything that we've gone through so far this year, I guarantee there are going to be names coming out next year in the next couple of years you wouldn't have even thought of or heard of. You know, like some of these young lot, like they're really been working hard. I've been sent some stuff recently by like names that I never even knew about, and the music's mind blowing, right?
Yes.
But I'm not a producer, man. Like, and when people show me the talent like that, it makes me realise how much I'm not a producer. But then it also makes me realise how much I miss DJing. That's what I am. You know, I grew up DJing. I was doing that for like 6 years before I even thought about actually trying to make the music. So yeah, mate, I'm dying to get back in a club or a festival or just
yes,
play some music to some people, innit, you know?
Definitely. And I'm dying to see you in a club as well. Thank you so much. Congratulations again, Mr. AMC. Well done. I'll see you in a club in 2021. AMC, Best DJ, Drum&BassArena Awards 2020. That's it from me now. That's the last awards. I'll see you next year, unless I get a job in cyber. I just need to big up AMC, big up you for watching, big up Jenna, and big up YouTube Music. Thank you.
And there we have it. Another year, another celebration of the music and culture that brings us all together. 2020 has been a festival toilet of a year, innit, Henry? But like we said right at the start, some of the best music and the strongest spirits have prevailed. It's been a weird one. We knew it would be, but it's also been a beautiful one. To echo Dave's sentiments right at the start, to every single person involved in this scene, from the artists to the most important people, the fans, and everyone in between. The best spirits have shone brighter than ever before. Thank you. That's it from us at Drum&BassArena. Much love to all of you watching at home and everyone who got involved in voting this year, because it wouldn't even be a thing without you. Stay safe, everyone, and look out for each other. Let's keep each other going until the brighter times come again. From me and Henry and Dave in his cave, peace.